Hey guys, this is Seth, and I'm coming to you today with 3 thoughts and their corresponding questions for you to be thinking about this week. And each of these thoughts is one of what I believe are 3 of the core leadership principles embraced by Jesus. So let's just dive right in. Let's not waste any time. The first principle that I believe Jesus really embraced was the value of apprenticeship. And so what I mean by that is, so I'm reading this book right now called Mastery. It's a really good book, by the way. You might want to check it out. But what they talk about in this book is that for the average person to become a master in any field, whether it's astronomy or plumbing or playing a violin, that you need about 10,000 hours of hands-on real-world experience before you really achieve that level of mastery. And so what did Jesus do? One of the first things he does in his ministry is he gathers together his 12 disciples. And what happens is those disciples end up spending, 24 hours a day with him, basically 7 days a week, for approximately 3 years or so, gaining 25,000 hours or so of that real world hands-on experience, kind of absorbing everything that Jesus has to teach. And so by the time that Jesus dies and is resurrected, then those disciples have kind of they have been formed by that experience with Jesus, and they're now ready to go and share the good news and to advance his kingdom. So my question for you is, who in your life so far has been one of those mentors, one of those masters that you can look to, or you have looked to, that has helped to shape you in your ministry now? And correspondingly, who are you looking to now as an example to follow, as a master, as a mentor that's going to help guide you in the creation of this new church planting mission that you're currently on? And going along with this same point, I think Jesus also really understood the value of empowering others. So as you grow your church plant, who can you empower to help you advance the mission of the church plant? Who can you bring onto your team that you can help form as a master, and can help guide them to help you grow this church plant? Okay, so moving on, the second principle that I think Jesus really embraced was the power of now. So Jesus knew that yesterday was in the past, and you can't change the past, and tomorrow is uncertain. We don't know what's coming tomorrow. Maybe Jesus did, but we don't know what's coming tomorrow. And so we see this in the scriptures in Matthew 6:34, where Jesus says, "Do not worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will worry about itself." So we don't know what's coming tomorrow, and we can try to prepare for it, but ultimately tomorrow comes with its own set of worries and problems, and we have to start all over again in many ways. So when we talk about today, got lots of trucks in the background, if you can hear them. I just got it pulled over here at a gas station. So anyway, focused on today, what is it that you can do in your ministry right now to advance your cause of your church plant? So it's really easy, I think, to be really focused on tomorrow. We can get caught in this planning trap where basically we're just saying, okay, well, maybe, what's my logo going to be? What's my slogan going to be? What church, what building am I going to be in? What's worship going to look like? And these are all important questions to be thinking about in some ways, but we can get so caught up in this planning phase that we never really take the time right now to do the things that we need to be doing now. And it's similarly, we can be looking in the past and get caught up there. So for example, let's say that you offer some kind of event to promote your new church plant. Maybe it's a dinner gathering or something, and you're expecting 30 people to show up, and then you only have 2 or 3 people show up. I mean, I know that never happens with church events, like people don't actually show up, right? But let's just pretend that it did. It's really easy to get caught stuck thinking about this past perceived failure, which, by the way, might not have been a failure at all. It might just be part of the growing process of your church plant. But it's so easy to get stuck worrying about that again, you're not investing in the now. So I'm really, I challenge you to think about this today. What is it right now, today, that you can be doing to advance your church plant, to be moving it in the right direction? Who can you be talking with? What can you be doing? Okay, and now the third and final principle for today that we're going to be talking about is the why. I think Jesus knew exactly why he was doing what he was doing, and I think he taught us the same thing. And so, why are you starting a new church? Why? What's the point? And I think that we can see Jesus' answer for this reflected in Scripture as well. If we turn to John chapter 14, verse 13, you're going to see Jesus say, "I will do whatever you ask in my name, so that the Father may be glorified in the Son." So what's the why here that Jesus is sharing with us? Why is anything going to happen, that you ask for in Jesus' name? It's because we are trying to glorify God the Father through Jesus Christ the Son. That's the answer. Simple as that. I mean, it seems maybe too simple, but that is exactly the answer to that question. And it not only does this give us the why for everything that we do, but it also gives us the how. So why are we starting a new church? Is it because we want to, bring more millennials, or because we want to try this new type of worship, or we want to cater to people in the recovery community? I mean, those are all really good pieces of the puzzle, but ultimately the why is so that the Father may be glorified through Jesus Christ the Son. So that's the why. And then the how is it going to ever happen? So I think most of us are humble enough to admit that, at least when we look deep within, that we alone don't have what it takes to start a new church. We can't. You by yourself, me by myself, we can't launch a new church and be successful by ourselves. We have to rely on a higher power, and that higher power is Jesus. And Jesus reassures us that whatever we ask in his name, he will do. And so that why has to be really core, and that how has to be really core, I think, to our mission and our purpose as church planters. We have to be constantly asking ourselves, and I'm challenging you right now to ask yourself, why are you doing what you are doing? Who are you trying to glorify? Is this for God's glory, for your community's glory? Where is our focus? I think that is going to be really, really important. And then how are we planning to accomplish it? And I'm not talking about all the little details. I mean, those are all really important. But ultimately, the how is, are we going to do this through our own strength, our own power? Because I can tell you now, if you do, it's going to be a big challenge. And in many ways, I think a doomed challenge. I don't think we can do it alone. And so how can we do it? We can only do it. We can only start this new thing through the power of Jesus. I mean, God the Father is the creator. And so all new creations have to go through the power of God. And we can tap into that through the power of Jesus Christ. So just to wrap everything up again, the first principle of leadership taught by Jesus is the value of apprenticeship. And the question was, who have been your masters, your mentors in this process? Who will you recruit to that cause? And then how can you be a mentor or a master to others as you empower them to lead your ministry? The second principle was the power of now, how each moment counts. And in this moment right now, the question is, what can you be doing right now, today, for your church plant to help it grow? And then the third principle was the why. Why do we do what we do? And the question for you is, why do you do what you do? And who are you doing it for? And how will you do it? And this last question is maybe not something you have to put in the comments below, but it is something that you should be asking yourself and reminding yourself each and every day as we journey down this church planting road together. So I hope you enjoy the video. I hope you got something out of it, and I really hope you take some time to answer the questions in the comments below. Thanks, guys, for tuning in, and I will see you soon.